3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
All right, so we're back.
We're back.
You Should Know This podcast, episode 3.
Number 3.
Got a little update to the studio.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I might notice we switched it up a little something.
A little something. You know how we do. We got to give y'all something a little better each time. It's going to get better and better and better.
Most definitely. So we got some good topics to go over, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll jump right in, man.
Let's go.
So the first topic, and I think this probably relates to like half of the population in the world.
True.
Do you think at this point, like in society, we should start to differ or help our children differ between real and fake news?
Oh, hell yeah. With the fake news, and let's not get into the whole Trump thing with the fake news.
True.
But honestly, I think the kids need to be able to understand what's real and what's fake.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because it's all it's going to do is get them more prepared for what's really going on out there.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of fake stuff because you want to watch out for fake everything else, fake ingredients in your stuff.
This is true. True.
But why not fake news?
I remember being on the block, and if you had something fake, like some fake Louis or something, like it was a wrap.
Yep. I remember some of that fake stuff make your neck turn.
Yeah, man. But
I
think it's important because our children, they're assumingly we're talking about like younger children, maybe not quite late teens, but before that, pre-adolescence. They're impressionable. Yeah. So we don't want to put them in a position where they're gathering all this information and it really has no basis. True. And then they'll make other decisions based off of that information, and then you just head down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, because kids can't differentiate between the two.
Right.
This says this, and they take that stuff for truth or gospel.
Right.
Well, it said this on the news.
Right.
Because you remember back when the news meant something back in the 80s?
If
you was on TV, it's like, oh, I'm on TV. So
Right.
it said on the news, so it's got to be true.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you look at the dynamic of what we call like fake news now, and I guess now we're in the post-Trump era, but Trump-ish era. Like you think about it, like we've kind of always been in fake news. Maybe not to the extent of like CNN, but like remember your history books growing up?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that you read and you were taught, and you're like, it didn't quite go down like that.
Yeah. A lot of stuff was kind of skimmed over.
Right. Or they give you like a sanitized version of like what actually happened at this date and time.
Yeah, the Indians are no longer here. Okay.
Right. Where'd they go?
Oh, no, we don't get into that. Not enough room in the book.
Right. That's not going to be on the test. But yeah, I just thought that'd be a good opener because, with all that's happening, of course our children are seeing what's been put out there in the media, what's being put out on the internet.
Exactly. And they're paying attention.
Yeah, we don't give them as much credit for like paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, because a lot of times, I know my kids especially, we're sitting here talking.
Right.
And they're over there playing.
Right.
But they're listening.
Yeah, they're ear hustling what's going on.
They hear it. So you hear it like, oh, did you hear about such and such? Craziness going on out there. So some stuff you could kind of, I think about keeping it away from them.
Right.
But for the most part, you got to let them know, like, this is real, this is fake. And you put your own little...
Right, put your sauce on it.
Yeah, that's how I go.
Nah, I get it, man. I guess so.
All right.
So I was reading that they have this AI tool that can predict COVID death rates up to 90%.
That's unbelievable.
So, because we have that entrepreneurial spirit, I'm thinking like, well, if it can predict COVID deaths, what else can the AI do? You know what I'm saying? Imagine if we got AI and we got them quick pick numbers.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We AI the lotto system.
Exactly. Well, shoot, who's gonna win the next game?
Exactly.
I'll put it down. Sports betting is legal now.
Right. I wonder how do you think they can integrate AI into like sports betting? Because that would be like the OD like.
Oh man, you if you get one with the best algorithm out there.
Right.
And you out there I make money on both ends, gambling and selling my pick. Like, oh, here we go. Just follow me. Follow who follow my trends.
Right.
Make that money.
See, I think if we had, particularly if AI was in sports, I think you would see these like ridiculous prop bets Like, how many times is the referee gonna run up and down the court or something, or like stuff like so outside the game, just because you have data. Like, how many movie stars are gonna be on the sideline? Prop bet plus 250.
It's limitless. It's limitless on what we once you introduce AI.
Right, the capabilities.
Oh my goodness, because if they got it in sports, and they get it in music. Just think about if they got it in music. Who's more likely to come out with the next hit?
Right.
Who's the first one's gonna get 20 million views on?
I think they kind of do that though. Like with these Spotify playlists and numbers, it be seeming like they know like what's up before
what's
that
going on.
Yeah, man.
And
it seems too like predictable.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're manufactured. You remember that the pay to play that they used to have?
Oh yeah.
It seems like it's the same thing.
Right, more
it's
the same.
Like, but give me my own algorithm. Y'all wouldn't see me anymore.
Man, listen. It'd be over.
My AI, I'm telling you, I'd get them and go.
Yeah, this is crazy because, if you think about it, I'm assuming if the tool is as accurate as they report it to be, it actually could help, on like another note, it actually could help these, the COVID situation, because I feel like every other day there's a new strain or there's some other like hurdle that they have to, or obstacle that they have to jump over to get the vaccine, to get numbers under control.
Yeah, you input how many people in this particular area has been vaccinated, what's successful rate, how many people got diabetes, and
right.
Put all this stuff in the calculator, boom, boom, boom. They come up, knock
get a number.
Hey man, you got a couple of weeks. You want to sell your property?
That'd be ill. Like we buy houses, like nah, fam, I just got here.
Nah.
Yeah, but just go ahead and sell it.
You might want to sell it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Before it's too late, my man. Just go ahead and give it up. But no, that's crazy because you don't think about the implications of a tool like this and all of the spider web things that it's going to affect. Just like you said, somebody coming up to you like, yo, sell me your house. And you're clueless, like, oh, well, where'd you get that data from? Yeah,
80% chance you probably not going to be here next week. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
But I feel great. Nah, son. Yeah.
That would be crazy.
I'm telling you, they will come up, because honestly, my faith, I'm not going to say, I'm just saying my faith in the human race is, I promise you, what it'll end up being, it's not used for good.
Oh, no.
It'll start off, we started off using this for good and help it. Now, we're either making money on it or finding out, well, it'll end up in the military.
It's the classic tale. If we take these atoms and separate them or fuse them together, man, we'd have enough energy to light the world up for like 100 years.
Yeah.
And then you got your one man over there like, put it in the bomb.
Blow them up over there.
Right.
He's like, yo, but free energy for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, but they gotta go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it always starts out good. Next thing you know, they're using it for evil. Just think about it.
Right.
AI boils itself down to stuff that's real small.
Right.
Like a very simple form of AI would be spell correct.
Right.
AI is in facial detection.
Right.
So how did it start off? It started off good. You know what I'm saying? This spell check. Next thing you know, we're detecting. Okay, we want to detect some terrorists or whatnot. But hey, we finding baby daddies that ain't paid their child support.
Right.
They'll find you anywhere.
Right.
And they spying on you with it. But that's how it goes.
Right.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So look out for that AI, man. It's coming to a device network system near you.
Yep, and it's already there. You're already in the system.
Right.
It's too late now.
Right.
What did Drake say? If you're hearing this,
it's too late. So normally I'm not like one of those people that talk against big tech because I'm in tech.
On which side your bread is buttered.
Yeah. But this story is actually interesting. I was kind of sifting through the interwebs.
Okay. What happened?
And I was on Reddit and I seen this and I got to
rabbit hole Reddit.
Man, YouTube and Reddit, man. You be on there hypnotized.
Reddit. Yeah.
I got to read this one. So it basically says there's a bill that I guess the Nevada government is going to pass that would allow tech companies to create local governments. So if they had the acreage, they had the money.
Did you read that right?
They can start up their own local government, which
the state would allow a tech company to start its own government?
Right. So I'm thinking, like, what would Facebook's bill look like?
You know what it would look like? It would look like the corporation in the two that I'm first thing I'm thinking about is RoboCop and Terminator 2.
Right.
You know, Terminator, like Skynet just took over.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
We said, oh, he started Nevada, but hey, you know, what's Wisconsin looking like?
Man, you know, if it makes money, it makes sense. So if it's one place, it might as well be everywhere.
You know what? Now I'm starting to rethink that phrase. If it makes money, it makes sense. Okay.
If it makes
when
dollars,
it comes to that,
makes sense.
You know, because we said that when they started legalizing marijuana.
Right,
okay, that's cool. But you start legalizing other governments ran by corporations. Right. Well, you're right. Corporations have never done anything wrong. Right. You know, for us to be leery about.
Right.
Yeah, so they should be allowed. That is literally the craziest thing I've heard.
Man, it would almost be like comical to like drive to, you know, the county of Instagram or something, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the IG models though, it, you know, yeah, Instagram Heights that'd be a popular place.
That would.
Traffic jams,
right?
Like Instagram Heights. I mean, imagine what Twitterville would look like.
Man, I mean, it'd be a hot mess. It'd be a hot mess.
Lots of twerking. I'm just saying, not that I've ever watched twerk videos.
Oh, of course not.
But I'm just saying, you know, that sounds crazy because what next?
Right.
What next? If a corporation can own it, then you know what? Well, corporations should start owning babies. You know what I'm saying? This is a legal entity. So
true.
You know, why not lab? Yeah, they adopted by the state.
Right.
You know, and well, you know what? We don't have to make them the traditional way. We'll just start growing them in our labs.
There you go.
I'm that guy.
There you go.
You know, sorry, but I mean, Twitterville. That just sounds crazy. But who do you think would be the first big tech company? Because you know, we thinking Instagram, you know,
the
Facebook.
First big tech company.
But what do you think?
So off the top of my head, the first one that comes to mind, I think it'll be Apple.
Apple.
I mean, because
they already own most.
They got the money to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have kind of the infrastructure.
And then they have the zombie followers.
Man, listen. You know, Apple. What would we call it? South Apple or something.
Yeah.
I could just imagine, you know, drinking apple coffee out of your apple cup.
Yeah.
With your Apple shoes on. Right? Then the laces don't work in the shoes. You got to get the special laces for your shoe because the laces aren't universal.
Exactly. Though, you know, you can't walk in them old joints anymore.
Nah,
you got to upgrade to the new one.
Oh, you wanted 2 shoes.
Oh,
yeah. I'm gonna have to charge you double for that one.
Oh man, that get you. Because honestly, my answer would be, it seems like they're already it'd be Amazon. Amazon. They're already buying up the malls.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They already got the new building coming to the DC area. They want it all. Like seriously, we want it all. Y'all can't have everything. We want it all.
Right.
You know what? Let's start here in Nevada.
Right.
Who's to say, oh, well, once we get a few years down the road, get a few more money, you know what? Don't worry about this Congress. We'll take care of your deficit. Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft, we're gonna pool our money. We'll take care of the deficit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just I scratch your back, you scratch ours.
Yeah,
you know?
that oddly enough in this day and age, that does not even seem far-fetched. You know, 10 years ago, I'd be like, fam, you got to relax. Now, it's like, yeah, kind of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, you get an Amazon Prime, you know, parking ticket or something.
Next thing you know, it's just like, you know, you're sitting up there like Amazon tattooed on you.
Right.
And they got their chip implant.
Right.
You know, You know, it reminds me of that one Black Mirror episode, which I'm not gonna get into. Great show.
Great show. Check it out,
definitely.
Netflix.
But it's, you know, where they definitely control people, and I'm like, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know, I bet the taxes will be insane. It's
Right.
like, oh, you don't have Amazon Prime? Ooh, you can't even go out after dark. Sorry.
See, I think the opposite. I think everything would quote unquote be in that freemium model.
Yeah, kind of like what we said earlier.
Right. So it's like, no, Amazon Prime. If you live in Primesville, it's free. You don't even pay the overhead.
Don't even worry about it.
But you gotta, you know, have the special sensor on you or get the chip. We gotta know where you're going, how long you were there, what you were doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then we gonna advertise to you.
exactly.
Yeah. You like, we gonna advertise to you. Come buy the new product.
Exactly.
You know, they'll just have samples. You know, waiting at the house.
Right.
You walk home, boom. Oh, this is the new such and such. Try it out for free. You know, next thing you know, oh, this is good.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah, but I don't know who's taking care of crime. You know, who's taking care of crime? You know, you got the Amazon police. You know, I mean,
Because you know what they'll do, right?
what's that?
You be minding your business. Somebody run up on you, wilding and watch. Here come the cop. You got Prime? Sorry. Proceed. You just gonna let him rob me, officer? I mean, this is a Prime zone.
Yeah. You got to upgrade to get free cop
Right,
service. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like that one skit that Family Guy did, where, you know, like they got the little boy and I guess he was like Chuck E. Cheese or whatnot, and he had his tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, "Do I got enough?" He was like, "No, Timmy, you need 50 tickets to get to live." You know, and they had it opens up and swallows up. You know, it's like, yeah,
Right.
that's exactly how they would do. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why it's me. As my mind goes there already.
Right.
And my mind automatically goes to evil corporations.
Right.
They've showed us nothing different. They've literally
For the most
showed
part.
us nothing different.
For the most part.
Okay. Like, oh, okay, you know. And as you know, I'm an Apple guy. So,
So would you move to South Apple?
South Appleca. Like, nah.
You wouldn't go to South Apple?
I mean, I'm not.
What if they
not-
said they give you all the devices? You know what I'm saying? No charge. You get a 5-year warranty. Good money.
Well, how close is it to Instagramville? I mean,
It's, you know, it might be on the way. You know what I'm
IG
saying? You might have to go through IGville to get to South Apple.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Well, what will they do? Will they block up the, like, you know, we competing, you know. Appleville is competing with Microsoftville, and, you know, I'm like, well, we can't show any of their stuff over here, or you can't do this.
I mean, that might be the case. That might be the case.
I think I'll move to Instagramville. You know, not for the Instagram models or
A
anything
PC,
like that.
a PC in Apple, South Apple might be contraband. You know what I mean? Hey, get him out of here.
Yeah.
Lock him up.
They have the Gestapo. It's like,
Exactly.
man, you know what I thought I saw? Ed had, you know, I mean, he had it was a PC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I saw he was using Microsoft Word. Oh my God.
Listen.
Next thing you know.
Just like anything else in life, you have like that underbelly, like, hey man, I got these Androids.
Oh, hell no. You'll be like a terrorist. You see a missile come down, like, nah. That'll be them.
I'm trying to let go of these Androids, man. 2 for $5.
They will literally be up there. You'll see that cam from those planes that be shooting down the terrorists.
Right.
Boom.
Wait,
Like,
the drone footage.
the drone footage of Androids. Like, yeah, we got another one.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, they'll
But
be
yeah,
twice.
man, like, I don't know. Nevada, if I thought America was crazy, I'll just double down.
Well,
with
you know
this.
what else
If
is legal in
anything
Nevada?
about this is true, you guys are just doubling down out there.
Yeah.
So kudos to y'all, man. The rest of us, 48 or 49 states will be watching and seeing how that plays out.
Yeah.
If in fact this reporting is anywhere near close to the truth.
Man, don't pass that bill. Don't pass it. You talk about Pandora's box. Man. Oh, there's this one thing.
Okay.
Have you seen that video from Petapixel?
In regards to?
Well, this video shows this photography couple coming back from a shoot in San Francisco.
Okay.
And they're in traffic and they're getting ready. It looks like they're getting on the freeway. So they're parked and guy pulls up behind them, hops out the car, and busts out their back window. Stole $7 grand worth of their photo gear.
Smash and grab.
I'm telling you, at the highest level. I mean, it was just insane.
So I'm a little confused. So how homie just smashed the window out?
Dude, they had a Prius, so that might have something to do with it. But it's a hatchback.
He's some sophisticated or some bougie.
I mean, with his fist, and it was a small dude too. He looked like couldn't have been no more than 130 pounds. He comes in there, boom. Somehow he hit. I don't know if he had something in his hand, like one of those
like a
windows,
burgers.
And it just busted out and grabs the bag. Had $7,000 worth of gear in it.
That's crazy.
So apparently they had been stalking them. They followed them from the shoot.
Right.
And the driver noticed it. But what can you do at that point?
Sitting in traffic.
And they're sitting in traffic because they're just kind of scooting along. I'm telling you. And that is where I'm most paranoid. When I have my gear. So to all you photographers out there, be careful.
Yeah, be vigilant.
They are watching because we have some very expensive gear.
Right.
So one thing that I do is that the gear is replaceable. Wedding pictures ain't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So what I do if I have a especially high priced gig or something like that, I separate my cards or take the cards off, shoot it off, and put my card in my pocket and my gear somewhere else. Right. I've known people go to the extreme where they sit back and they'll do? They'll literally get on their laptop before they even leave, upload it to their NAS, and then go to the car. Right. And I thought that was that's kind of a little bit paranoid. I mean, but you get stuff like this.
Yeah, you get the smash and grab. That makes me think back to the 80s in New York. Well, this only applies to I guess big cities, but in the 80s, particularly in places like Brooklyn, they would have these just gangs of dudes, man. You be on the train minding your business. I don't know if you've ever been on a train in New York City. Every now and again, you get stuck on the tunnel or something.
Yep.
You sitting there minding your business. That door swing open. And you ain't going nowhere, homie. You watch your wallet. You know what I mean? And what you gonna do?
You gonna sit there?
Right. Just like these people stuck in traffic, and it's like, Dad, you got me.
Yeah. What did Bushwick Bill say? Give it up, because I want every penny in your pocket. I mean, and that's how it goes. But New York in the 80s.
Yeah, man. It was a very interesting time, man. Very colorful scene back then.
I wasn't involved in getting robbed until the 90s. So at least I got robbed.
Right.
I mean, you get those 80s robberies. You're like, oh, give me that chain. Or, oh, they used to love those starter coats.
Oh, yeah. Starter jackets.
You coming down the aisle for the starter coat?
8 balls. Forget it.
You get home. Where your jacket at, baby?
Right.
They got me.
Oh, I left it at school, Grandma.
I feel Yep.
But I guess you got to be vigilant, man, because they out here.
Yeah, they out here
stalking photographers.
I'm telling you,
photographers.
Come on, the photographer guy.
We're not talking about investment babies. We're talking about photographers.
I mean, it's sad but true. When there's a black market for everything.
Yeah.
So when you looking at some stuff, because most people don't know, when I talk about my gear and how much it costs, people are just blown away.
Right.
But if you have somebody out there knowing and they have a criminal intent, they looking. Or some people just don't know. They don't even care.
They just know it's worth
something. Like this guy's got something. But nowadays everybody's taking pictures with their phone. So.
But it's funny. My wife is also a photographer. For those of you out there.
Plug for Tiffany.
Plug Mamrazzi Photography.
Yep.
And I've been with her to a couple events, like a wedding and such. And I think inevitably you get people that are just curious. Yeah. Like, hey, what kind of camera is that? Oh man, what how does it work? Or what does that lens do? And now I'm thinking, like, when somebody asks you that, you like, my man, why you asking about my camera though?
Well, he's sizing me up.
Like, what it mean to you?
Next thing you know, man, what size shoes you wear?
Right.
Putting their foot beside yours.
Right. What's that, extra large?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to come up with that.
Exactly. Oh, that lens too. Yeah.
Right.
That's got that 1.2 aperture.
Right.
Yeah, give me that.
Give me the cover. Give me the cover. What's wrong with you?
I'm gonna need that. That's how it go, man. So you know what? Be vigilant. We have to stay vigilant because speaking of that, I mean, with that dash cam from the smash and grab, honestly, it seems like your neighbor's becoming a new big brother.
100% facts.
Yeah, because
You mean nosy neighbors through the blinds?
remember Miss Johnson? Miss Johnson, like,
We ain't gonna talk about Miss Johnson now.
what the boys down there doing? You know, I mean, it's the same thing. They're, you know, it's used as a form of spying.
It is.
You know, honestly, like even with the car cams, like the smash and grab was done, you know, was caught with the dash cam.
Right.
But you think about it, I'm not gonna say I use my doorbell cam to spy on my neighbors, but hey, you know, if the shoe fits, you know, wear it because they're stopping crimes.
Right.
You know, they're catching people. Oh, the one video, it said it was from, you know, February the 2nd, but where the guy comes up and he's getting into it with his neighbors and they're just talking, you know, they're talking some pretty bad stuff to each other.
Right.
And for some reason,
It's getting a little spicy.
yeah, he didn't like it anymore. So he says, hey, you know what? I don't think they need to be on the planet anymore.
Wow.
He comes up and starts taking care of business.
Wow.
The husband and the wife, he took them out.
Wow.
And it was a crazy video, but it was all caught on their nest, either their nest or their Ring doorbell. One of those cameras caught it all.
So did they catch the guy?
I don't know yet. You know, I don't know. We can't even tell. So I'm pretty sure they caught him because there's no way. There's no way this guy gets away. I mean,
blatant.
And it was in the suburbs, gunfire in the streets in the suburbs.
Right.
They caught the guy, but I mean, it's catching it. I mean, police cam catch stuff all the time.
Right.
I mean, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, and they're all like, you always see these dash cams. Something crazy happening. A bear's eating a kid.
It's so funny because I think, you know, we're in this like weird dichotomy where people are like starting to be really concerned about their privacy. But if you think about it, there's really no privacy. We put cameras inside of our homes.
Yep.
We put cameras outside of our homes. We walk around with little cameras. There's cameras, you know, publicly from the state or the county or whatever. You know, that what they call those things? The cams for your the speeding cams.
Oh yeah.
The light speeding cams. So there's like cameras everywhere. So you know, like the idea of like Big Brother, like this is for real.
They're everywhere, and we're empowering it.
Right.
And it's funny you say that about the dash cam. I know everybody's heard that story about the divorce that happened because of the speed camera. So did you hear that?
Nah.
It was a few years back.
This has to be crazy.
So this one gentleman gets a ticket in the mail. It's like, you know, we caught you speeding.
Right.
So he's like, man, I was at work that day. So they have the picture and it shows. So he looks at the picture. It's his wife in his car, hugged up with some other dude.
Wow.
The other dude was driving his car.
Got him.
Yep. So you gotta be careful. Like, they catching everybody.
These cams is breaking up homes, man.
I don't think it was the camera that broke up that.
True. Fair enough.
But when you creeping, you have to pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention.
I think the whole idea of creeping now, it's like you got to be a cybersecurity specialist.
Yeah.
Not that I condone creeping in any facet, by the way. Disclaimer at the bottom. But for those who do participate in those behaviors, man, you gotta like
extra vigilant.
Yeah.
You gotta buy counter surveillance equipment.
Right.
And
get you a body double. You know what I mean? Get you know what I mean? Like a VPN so you could like have you be somewhere else when you're supposed to be here.
And if you think about it, during COVID, it's so much easier. Oh, that wasn't me.
Right.
I don't even have that type of mask.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't my mask. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you they probably soon enough somebody's probably gonna have some like filter or something that you could do with the camera phones or whatever where it can like X-ray through your mask.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, is that you? Yeah.
That's him.
That's the homie.
Facial print. Got it all, son.
Right.
Got it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and no telling what they're gonna come up with next, you know, because they should be able to detect pretty much, oh, he got a gun on his shirt, which is good.
Right.
Or, you know, oh, what kind of pills are those he got in his pocket?
Right.
And then they'll take some type of radio signal based off that. I mean, that Big Brother is watching.
They watching. And then, you know, like anything else, like we were talking about with thieves in secondary markets, you minding your business, you're my man, give it up. Man, fam, I don't even got it on me. Like, look, I got $2. You gonna give me for $2? He gonna hit you with the X-ray like, come on, my G. I see $250 right there in your pocket.
I got a reading. Right. Then they got those things with your diamonds. They put the diamond thing up.
Right.
Oh, and that's real. Right. That's real.
Go ahead and come off that left ear too, my man.
Exactly. I mean, you when you start to think about it, once this stuff starts to get advanced, and the cameras and stuff like that, they could be.
There's no telling.
It could go even worse than that. They, instead of the regular thief, you got the doctor thieves coming up to you, be like, beep, beep, beep. Man, you got a good heart.
Right.
Follow me into this alley real quick.
Man.
Next thing they harvesting your organs.
Right.
Like, oh man, he got some good kidneys.
Right.
Let's get him out there. Next thing you wake up in China with,
right.
with your thing sewed
your back sewed up.
You like, man, what happened? I just went down the alley. Next thing you know, I'm missing my kidney. That's how it works.
I was sipping a margarita and I'm here now.
Yep, that's how it works. Because, Big Brother out there watching, and they put every single data point together. You go to the doctor, they got those x-rays. They got this x-rays. They know who your friends are.
Right.
They know where you drive.
Right.
I'm guilty of that myself. And people, please be better at it than me, because I purposely keep on my Google. My Google
the tracker and all that.
The Google tracker, and it tells me, oh, here's where you went every month. It's like, man, that's kind of crazy when you look at it. It's helped me out in some instances. In other instances,
it's like anything, man. There's a benefit and there's a detriment.
Yeah.
Hopefully we want to think that the benefits outweigh the detriments, but sometimes it just takes one detriment and you're like, they got me. You know what I mean? Went on vacation, I came home to an empty house.
They got me. Because nothing in life is free. Or when they say when it's
no free lunch.
When the product is free, you are the product.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We take for granted how these things intertwine in our lives, and
it's something that a lot of people don't even think about.
Right.
A lot of people don't even think about it, and they just what's this? A lot of times it's ambiguous. It comes up, well, such and such needs access to your camera or your contacts. Next thing you know, people scroll through your contacts.
Game over.
Hey, it's happened. It's definitely happened.
Oh, for sure.
And they got, I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Okay.
And it's something that affects me personally.
Okay.
The PS5 restock.
Right.
I told you I've been trying to get one. I tried to get my son one for Christmas, even before Christmas, and I came this close to buying one.
Right.
And the scalper, he actually wanted even more money after we discussed it. So basically, I'm reading through my articles, and it's like, the reason why PS5s are only in stock, they're not in stock, and it's scalpers. So
seems about right.
Yeah, like everything,
right,
there's always a guy.
Right.
There's always a guy. So they got these bots that assume they scour the web when Target restocks, when B&H restocks, when all of them restock. They got these bots, and they're getting them in less than seconds. I'm thinking it's volume. I'm thinking like, the PS5 is so popular, people like, nah. A lot of them are bots. They are bots that are trained to go in there, and as soon, because obviously they're going to go way fast. Another, shot back to AI.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got these bots, and they're raising these prices something crazy. Right. So I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm like, okay, you can get it for $500, $499 or whatnot. The PS5. I'll pay $550. Maybe on a good day, if you catch me, I'll pay $600. But they want $800, $900 for these things.
Okay.
For the scalpers.
That's
so
premium.
They're literally, this one guy, I forgot, I think it was over in England. They got him, and this guy, I think he had done something crazy. He had bought like 2,100 of them or something like that. Some crazy amount.
That's crazy.
And was reselling them. So it's just like, I can't even get a PS5 because me, I'm just not gonna pay those scalper prices.
Right.
And they got these bots that going around. The bots used to be good.
Right.
But now they make these phone calls to you.
Right.
Now they're buying PS5s. What's it gonna be? What's next?
They're gonna ask you about your extended warranty on your car and be like, by the way, you need a PS5?
But one thing I will say a bot is good for.
What?
And not for the PS5s. But okay, and I'm an Apple guy.
Okay.
But I hate the phone.
Okay.
So
okay.
I got 2 phones. I do have an Apple phone, but then I'm a Google Pixel guy.
Right.
So I got the Pixel, and it has on. I don't know if the other Android phones have it, but they have a bot that will, if it's a suspicious call, it'll answer the phone for you, and it'll say, "Hi, this is Joe's Google Assistant. What are you calling about?" And I swear, those calls. Those bot calls have been going down. So bots are good for that. I guess you could technically call it a bot.
What's this on the Google Pixel?
It's on Pixel 5.
Pixel 5. Okay. Yeah, I got
5G.
I gotta look into that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5Gs.
Yeah, when all you guys are still on 3G, I'm at 5G, you know. But if you see me fall out one day, it's like, 5G got him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, why not the bots buying up on the PS5s? I mean, with everything else that's going on. But that's just unscrupulous, man. Like, I get it. Make a buck wherever you can. This is America or free trade, whatever.
Well, I mean, honestly.
But there's a line. You gotta, somewhere it has to be like, okay, fam, you buying 2,000 PS5s?
Yeah.
Really?
Crazy.
Like, I'm wondering why the stores wouldn't have some type of like filter for that. Because that's just not a normal purchase. That's basically like bulk.
Yeah.
That's a drop shipper. Like,
yeah. And maybe they may be putting the bots into different people's names. One's John Johnson in it, but once you see that same address, they got to come somewhere.
Right.
But they're actually discussing. I know in the UK they are. There's legislation to make that illegal to do, because it damages the store.
It does. Because in the marketplace.
Yeah, because I'm sitting back. I was like, we all do this, but we've never done it. We've never gone to the store and just bought one thing. Never. No. Even online shopping. I mean, you probably do it more on online shopping, but if I go to Safeway or Harris Teeter, I'm not buying just one thing. I go in there for milk.
Right.
But next thing you know, I got Oreos.
Right.
And I got bread.
Right. Got a 6-pack.
6-pack, pencil eraser.
Right.
Then I got some Drano.
Right.
Have no clue what I'm gonna use with
it. Right.
I'm gonna get this because I might need it one day.
Right.
So if I'm those guys and I know I can't go to Target to get the PS5, then that's other business they're not getting. Based off that. So
those bots crazy, man.
Yeah. Get rid of the bots, y'all. Get rid of the bots. Because here's the thing, you lose.
You do at the end of the day.
Yeah, you definitely lose, because I'm sitting back like, well, I can't get it from Target. So now I got to go to this guy.
Right.
Meet him in some, I don't know, Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
Right.
And he's got the receipt. So now if something happens to it, I can't bring it back.
Right. There's no recourse.
Exactly. So the bots got to go,
I wonder if they give extended warranties with the scalpers and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bots got to go, man, because I could only imagine. What if they made a bot that bought all the ramen noodles?
All of them?
All the cheese sticks.
Oh, man.
All the fruit snacks.
We can't have that.
My children will be losing their mind.
They were like, well, so if you want fruit snacks, they open up the jacket like we got them here. I feel you.
But yeah, man.
You think you can go down to Safeway and get them, but
they ain't got them.
Exactly. Because what's stopping people from okay, what we talked about earlier, AI. I'm sitting back, okay, I'm predicting the next earthquake or the next hurricane or the next tornado.
Right.
So I go into that area, I buy up all the water. I buy up all, or next winter storm. I go up, I buy up all the shovels.
You dropping too many jewels right now, man.
I feel you. That's how it goes. Come to me if you want to make money.
Right.
Exactly. Them Al Gore rhythms.
Ooh, I gotta hashtag that. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yep.
All right, so speaking of PS5s and restocking, hate to burst your bubble, homie. You might have to wait just a little bit longer to get your PS5.
Nah, I can't hack this. I'm PS5-less.
So yeah, and it might be a little longer than you think. So essentially what I kind of researched and found out via the news is that, due to COVID, I guess production, it's actually affecting the chips, inside games, PCs.
Oh, I thought you meant Doritos at first, but
I mean, something like that. Cool Ranch, the Cool Ranch jokes.
We can't, seriously? I can't go without Cool Ranch.
But there's a chip shortage. So globally. So I'm not exactly sure all the details. I'm sure it has something either to do with the production because of COVID and lack of resources, or if it's like a raw materials thing and they're just running out of like raw materials. But essentially, it's a global shortage.
Oh dang!
And I mean that affects the PS5. And if you think about just the scale, there's microchips in everything. PCs, cars, phones, like you name it. Like there's chips in everything.
You name it.
So I can only imagine that PS5 might be another 6-8 to a year months out.
They should be pre-ordering that because I need my PS5.
I mean, you would think so, but
oh man, I bet them Xboxes ain't got no shortage. Well, they got like 30 users, but hey, well, I know. No disrespect, Xbox. My bad. My bad. Y'all do. I think they got a couple of games or something.
They get I
don't know.
New segment: Xbox versus PS5.
I'm saying, but no, they running on Pentiums over there. Like,
I mean,
come on.
I'm not a big gamer, but I will concede that the PS5 probably has more of a market share than the Xbox.
Yeah.
That much I will agree to.
Yeah.
I will agree to.
I feel you. Hey, shots fired. Hey, y'all want to bring it.
So what do you think this global shortage, like if you had to make a future prediction, what do you think would be like as a result of this global shortage? What do you see happening?
What would go wrong is, with a shortage like that, I mean, chips are in everything. I mean, you talking about higher prices.
Right.
People not being able to get their hands on stuff. And, I'm already, a pseudo conspiracy theorist. People controlling the market.
Right.
They sit back. So,
seems a little convenient that we're having this shortage during COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a direct correlation, but
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the chip makers, they may be teleworking.
Okay.
They teleworking, so we can't go in. I mean, but most of the stuff, because you think about it, like I was just reading up on the new M1 chip from Apple.
From the Apple joint.
And and internet's gonna kill me on this, but it said something crazy, something my mind couldn't even. It's like the chip had like, I don't know, 3 trillion transistors on it.
Wow.
There's not some guy sitting there putting each one of them over there by hand. It has to be done by some type of process with some type of robot or something that. So I'm like, well, why can't you work that from home?
I mean, speaking of the M1, I know it has like pixie dust and all the other, unicorn shavings or something. Like, who knows at this point?
Savior, thank you.
But all I got to say is don't bet against that Intel.
Oh, I don't know. Intel is old news,
man. Don't bet against that Intel.
They had their chance.
I think Apple has a very niche market, but it's not like Intel.
Intel is huge, and they innovated a lot. They definitely have. They brought different things to the market, but I gotta go niche on this one, man, because you're talking about everything on the computer running as one, everything working in harmony.
Right.
Plus you got a super fast M1 chip, stuff that ain't even done before. So,
but there's a shortage though.
The shortage. I'm about to get my hands on one because we had this discussion before. And I'm like, and it got to the Mac computers were getting to the point where I'm like, hey, I might be switching back to PC. Y'all need to come hard.
Come on over.
But
come on over.
The new M1 chip. The new M1 chip, you saved me.
We'll see.
Saved me. I don't have to switch back. Well, if they even have them. I'm going to go on apple.com right now and say, hey, y'all got some chips?
The bots took them. That's why there's a shortage.
There's some dude sitting down in DC like, yo, I got that 30 million.
Oh, you want chips? Not anymore.
They bought them offline. You're going to see Microsoft going on the black market.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? NVIDIA on the black market.
Right.
Hey, see, there's one of them dudes down the corner.
Yeah.
They got them on sale.
I think this opens up like a whole new level of like trade because, when corporations get desperate, then innovation happens.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like some new chip that's made out of like plastic and like water or something, or hydrogen or something, some new technology like we don't even know exists yet.
But you know what I was reading about?
Like a paper-based chip or something.
They were doing it. They were doing, what was it? Like carbon-based chips.
Oh,
they
yeah,
were looking at that.
Like quantum computers and all
Quantum computers and
yeah.
stuff like that. So why not use that? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Necessity, jump the curve now.
Necessity breeds innovation.
Right.
So you're sitting there like, okay, well, we can't find no more silicone or whatever they put in these chips. And you're like, all right, well, let's just use somebody's DNA.
Right.
You know, let's go ahead and do that.
Right.
Pop that, program that joint. All right. So the next thing you know, they're going to have chips in our brains.
Not me.
I'm just going to program you from, we'll get you. If we can't catch you, they'll dart you, put you down. It's like, you know, Ed's going to come back on this, you know, yes, Microsoft is the best.
Right.
Next podcast, they will chip you. They gonna chip you. keep talking. We going to get you.
Like, I'm good, man. My chips is only made out of dinosaur bones, man. Like, that's...
Oh, goodness.
That's it. But yeah, this shortage, man, you know, all things aside, I think it's going to be interesting because
what do you think is going to happen? I mean...
You know, I don't know because, you know, like I said, when you think about all the things that chips are in, it's essentially everything. So you're talking about automobiles, you're talking about personal computer machines, you're talking about business class computer machines.
Well.
You know, so, you know, what's the implication? Cameras, right?
Yeah, true.
So the fact that I think there are so many different things, it kind of opens up like, you know, like a lane for like huge opportunity or anything that's on the cusp of becoming like the next thing. I think this just ushers it, you know, directly in because corporations are going to stop. They're going to figure out a way. They always figure out a way to kind of, you know, beat the curve. So if it's like, hey, new technology, we'll license it from you. And then, you know, you got dinosaur bone chips now, you know.
Yeah, they have a tendency to license it from you at first. And then you like,
I got these T-Rex M1s, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Only $1 billion.
Exactly. 2 for $5 though.
Right. We'll cut you $500 million off.
Yeah, that's 2 for $5. You know, we got you. You know, but I mean, that's the way of the world now.
Right.
Once you have something that people need, it's the new oil.
Right.
It's the new oil.
Right.
Because when you hear about people like GM and all those guys talking about, we're gonna have all of our cars on all electric,
EV,
by 2035 and stuff like that. You're like, well, what happens to the gas companies?
Right.
And gas companies like, you think you're gonna have
right.
Or it's the same thing with chips. Whatever's in chips, silicon, and silicon probably only comes from like one place.
Right.
Like, nah, we moving in on these silicon mines. I don't even know what it is, but the same thing came.
You have conflict chips.
You gonna be that's a conflict chip.
That's a conflict chip. We can't run them. Nah, man. They ban them. But I'm saying nah, man. Can't help you. Can't help you.
Sorry. You know. Well.
Yeah, this is
saying conflict
chips.
Wow.
But so like I said, you know, it's yet to be seen, man. The future is either going to be really bleak or really bright because this is one of those like crossroad moments, I think, in tech, so to speak.
Depending on where you fall on the table, it's going to be bleak. Depending on if you're one of the people who like, nah, son, I foresaw this.
Right.
So I stocked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I stocked up. I stocked up on masks. You know, like those people, you know, on masks, you chip hoarding and but that could be the one. It's like, you got all them chips over there.
Yeah.
Like you said, conflict chips. We can't use them.
Yeah, we don't got them conflict.
Incompatible.
How we make them conflict chips, non-conflict chips. So yeah, I don't know. The future holds the answers, so we'll see. We'll see.
We definitely shall see, man.
Peep game.
All right.
So you know there's always a fringe group. There's always something always going on. Somebody believes outside the curve, whatever.
True that, yeah.
So here's the pro versus con.
All
right? So Qanon. I'm not sure if everybody knows what Qanon is. If you're not sure, just do a quick Google search. In about 15 seconds, you'll be knowledgeable.
Okay.
But in a sense, this is one of the groups that are defending Trump, saying that the election was stolen.
Oh, it was? Okay, the election was stolen. Okay.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah.
So we have QAnon election stolen versus the flat Earth.
Oh
flat
my God.
earthers.
Let's not talk about those flat earthers.
So pro versus con. This one is this is the Super Bowl championship last round.
Okay.
Who got it worse?
Man, I'm gonna roll with the flat earthers. I mean, come on. The most basic.
Right.
I mean, when you were a kid, you can say, okay, you get a globe. Where are we at, you little Johnny? Point to America. I mean, obviously that doesn't prove anything, but nobody's proven to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that the earth is flat.
Right. I mean, everybody has a right to their opinion, but so be it. So QAnon, the election was stolen, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go on record and say the election wasn't stolen, number one.
Man, you're going to get some death threats, man.
I know it's coming. I got my Nest camera, so I'm going to see all y'all when y'all try to get at the kid. But as far as like the election being stolen, like, everybody's going to have their opinion on what's going on, the deviations and how much, how many like ill things were happening during the election. But as far as it being stolen, I gotta say, I really gotta say QAnon got it, because here's the deal.
Okay, convince me.
Your boy, Donald Trump was going to all these courts like, yo, they stole my election. What's up? Can we get, sorry, Mr. Trump. Yeah, Wisconsin is not gonna bring that to the Supreme. Okay. Hey, Georgia, that, Mr. Trump. Yeah, we're not gonna. So if you have a group that's defending it when multiple state courts are saying they found no foul play, right? There's nothing significant enough other than like whatever the deviation is to prove that the election was stolen, and they're still out here caping for him. I gotta say, QAnon might
that's
trump
pretty bad.
The flat earthers.
That's pretty bad. I mean, I get it, and that's a good point, because you sit back and you're like, no, it's in your face.
Right.
It's telling you this, that, and the third. It's in your face. But when you challenge the most basic, I mean, this is the first thing you get.
Right.
I mean, it was bad enough
that
they said Pluto wasn't a planet anymore.
Yeah,
I cried. I cried when they said Pluto wasn't a planet.
They messed up the game with that one.
After that, I was like, oh, the Earth is flat now? I mean, they're challenging some of the most basic stuff you learn in elementary school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they're going to say pro wrestling ain't real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Like, you're going in, you challenging some very basic stuff. I mean, those guys you gotta have a really tough imagination.
Right.
To say, oh, well, the earth is flat. I mean, it's flat because
I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see all the way over there.
Right.
But if that was the case, then why can't I see all the way to Israel right now?
Right.
Why can't, I should be able to get some binoculars or a telescope.
Right.
I should be able to get on top of Mount Everest and see a dude waving from the top of the, the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
But, what do I know? I'm just,
So I see your flat earth theory.
Okay.
And I raise you, everybody can agree at this point, February of 2021, that the election wasn't stolen, right? You got the very people that are responsible for the count, like the end count, i.e. Congress, the House and, Senate and all of that. Even some Republicans are saying, you ain't got it. So you have the very people that like are responsible for the counting and the process and the protocol saying, nah, there wasn't any foul play. The election was what it was, and then you got, people from these QAnon groups saying, nah, they really robots, and it's really a reptile, pedophile, AI robot that took over the Congress, so that's why. Come on, B.
All right, nah. See, okay, I might have to relent it. I ain't know all that. I mean, they say reptiles took over Congress,
man,
and
some of these stories, like, you really couldn't make it up. Like, Steven Spielberg couldn't make this up, man.
I thought Pizzagate was bad, but I mean...
Pizzagate was bad, but this one, I think, kind of takes the cake.
Okay, Congress is reptilian, and they want Donald Trump to have won the election because he is
I have no idea.
You know what? With these conspiracy theorists, and for all you conspiracy theory people out there, I mean, think through it. Get someone in, get a conspiracy theory consultant Seriously, get one and say, okay, have you thought about this?
Right,
Have you thought about that? I mean, you ever
get all the angles?
Exactly. You ever watch those videos where they critique movies and they're like, oh, well, you know, because I remember one, I forget, I think it was even on Family Guy. They were talking about Lord of the Rings or something like that.
Right.
And they were like, well, okay, they did all this traveling and then they ended up flying back on the thing. Why didn't they just fly the thing in the first place?
Right.
And stuff like that. So get some of those guys or just put it out on the internet and let people, because the internet will tell you, they'll poke holes in everything.
Right, man.
Be like, oh man, don't y'all like my black shirt? Well, technically,
Right. It's not really black.
that's not really black. You know,
It's dark gray.
yeah. So that's what we will come up with. We will come up with. You need a conspiracy theory consultant to get your conspiracy theories in line, because this reptile stuff ain't. That's
You know
crazy.
what? That brings up a possible, business venture. Maybe we should do like conspiracy theory consultant, CDC.
Yeah, we can.
No, the other CDC.
No. Okay.
Not D with a T in the middle.
No, I feel you. I mean, yeah. I mean, business venture. Hey, we need to patent that.
Yeah.
Don't steal my idea.
For real. If somebody else comes up with that, we know where to come.
Exactly. And we got dates on this.
Right.
Yeah.
Time steps. So speaking of QAnon and flat earthers,
Okay.
I know you've probably seen the stories about like Parler and Twitter and even Facebook.
Oh,
Facebook
definitely.
is they're actually censoring some of the content. So if you're like an anti-vaxxer,
Okay.
they censor that content off of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting to wonder, where's the fine line between free speech and then this tech censorship?
Well, I mean, I'll put it to you like this. I mean, it sounds familiar. Yeah, sounds kind of like Germany back in the 40s,
That
30s.
propaganda.
Yeah, like you can't say this.
Right.
You can't say that.
Right.
Is it really true? Do we truly have free speech?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know, because I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, technically.
It's interesting, like, when you think about it, it starts to make you wonder at what point is something censorable, if that's even a word.
Oh.
Because granted, I'm not necessarily an anti-vaxxer, but I don't discount somebody's opinion, because you never know, somebody might say something that's totally off their rocker, but it might inspire something that's, fruitful.
Yeah, true.
Somebody else is crazy, somebody else's comfort, So I don't know, I'm starting to like getting a little weirded out by the way some of these tech companies are censoring their platforms. Because though I would say most of it I don't agree with in the first place, but at the same time, I think, when you start filtering stuff out, you don't know what else you're filtering out. There might be some nuggets in there somewhere.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, if you say something crazy, or what people consider to be crazy,
Right.
you think it's fine, and then you get blocked, and I'm sitting back like, well, if they block him,
Right.
all of my followers are on,
Right.
Twitter, so I can't afford to get blocked.
Right.
So let me keep this PC. Let me keep it, within the realm. So, but then you're losing. You end up losing
Right.
users, and then you do go to different platforms, because I'll be honest, and it's one of those things. It's like, well, when you want to put some stuff out there in the atmosphere, if you want to put it out in the universe, and it's your thoughts and parts of you, and somebody censored it, you're sitting back like, nah, this can't be, because this guy said that.
Right.
That girl said that. So then you want to dig up everything else. Are you going to go? Is it retroactive?
Right.
You
Start going down that rabbit hole, and
like,
everything gets
well,
censored.
back in 2008, such and such said this.
Right.
You can go back and get them, because they said it. So what's the difference? It's only a time difference. I said this a day ago. He said this a year ago. You didn't censor him, but
Right,
they're going to
you
censor
censor,
me.
right.
So, where's the cutoff date at?
Right. Like, where's that line?
Yeah.
Is it the nature of the content? Is it the intent? Is it the time? Is it a combination?
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, it's kind of, I think it puts like society in a sense in like this weird space, because, it's almost like the algorithms, like, well, how did you choose this video or piece of content over this one to make that one popular, or vice versa?
Yeah.
So how do you, when we engage with these systems and these platforms, how do you know?
Yeah.
You could be saying something you think is totally benign. Whole time it's like, hey, I seen my post, man. I think, I'm gonna post it again. Yeah, y'all seeing my post out there? Nah, I don't see none of them, man. What you talking about? And then, boom.
You find out like, oh, we didn't like that. Our platform doesn't like that.
Right.
But you think about it. Number one, what we have to realize is these tech companies own these platforms.
Right.
So it's theirs to do what they want with.
Very true.
You know, they can definitely do it. But when you start talking about free speech, it's you're free to speak, but you're not free from consequence.
Right.
So, yeah, you may get out there and say something like, "Oh, we're not gonna lock you up for saying it," but you gotta remember, I own Facebook, so how we gonna do this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do you own it or do I?
Right.
Guess what? I own it, so you can't say that on because you know you got these companies and they're thinking about it for profits.
Right.
They're like, you have I don't know, Ronald McDonald House.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to, sponsor anything on your platform anymore because you allowed Jim Johnson to say something against, sick kids.
Right.
And then Facebook is looking at us like, I'm losing money because of you.
Right.
So, whoop, get you off. But then
there your post go.
Yeah, your post is gone, and there goes your fans.
Yeah, true, and your access to the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I heard something about some new platform that was out. And I can't even think about what it is. I'm like, I can barely cope with Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and they got some new. So if you know what the next TikTok is, please tell me.
For real.
Yeah, I mean, but then they have your I guess the uncensorable one is the OnlyFans.
Yes,
I've never seen that before, but somebody told me about it.
Heard a lot about it.
Yeah. I heard about it on the thing in the radio.
On that thing with the guy that told the girl with the thing.
Yeah.
And
so that's just how it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you heard about what's the name of that? Clubhouse?
Clubhouse? No. What is that?
So Clubhouse is, that's a whole nother topic, but essentially it's just another platform where you can kind of have like these chat rooms and people kind of essentially collaborate, I guess, on a particular topic. Or
MSN chat room, like back in the day, or?
Not quite like that.
Okay, I remember that.
But in the same vein, where like they all get together and it's audio only.
Okay.
So they, have
it's audio?
Chat. Yeah, it's audio only. From what I can tell, it's audio only. I don't think they have a video aspect to it.
Oh, wow.
Just in the same, like what you were saying, another platform to,
Another one. Because I remember, it kind of reminds me, since it's audio only, of, you remember Skype.
Right.
And Skype used to have this feature, I'm talking about way back in like 2002, that you could just hit the button and it would randomly call somebody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a thing. Different languages, this, that,
right.
Kind of like a pen pal type thing. Hit the button and it randomly calls some random person.
Right.
And hey, how's it going? Where are you at? Oh, I'm in Belgium. And you're like, you can pick your language. They don't have it anymore because that just, I guess kids got a hold to it.
That would reek of all types of privacy and creeps. And
y'all look that up. They used to have a feature, something like that, because I've used it a few times. I was overseas at the time, but you're like, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's reminiscent of kind of what you're talking about. It's like, let's get in there and you start talking. They're talking about, they have this things where they have weird types of people who follow stuff. So I remember somebody was talking about, they have groups that all they do is share a picture of bread nailed to trees.
Right.
I mean, just the craziest stuff.
That's
so, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Squirrels with the red paint strip, down their back, or alligator toothpaste. Or, it's just, people will come up with all kind of crazy stuff. And I've seen it, man.
Alligator toothpaste.
I'm telling you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But yeah, reeling it back, I don't know what the future is for this whole, this new tech world that we're continuing to go down, or path rather, that we'll continue to go down because, every so often, like with the censorship, man, they just add a little tweak and then it changes the whole dynamic of I guess the purpose of the platform in the first place.
Yeah. Oh, because you see what happened to Parler,
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the most freest of the speech.
Yeah.
It leaned a little bit of the wrong way.
Right.
And those people didn't win the election. But honestly,
see what happened.
And it's shut down.
Is it? I know it was down and it was back up, but is it down definitely now?
Last thing I heard, it was down. But don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Because they'll be like, well, Joe, you said it was down, but technically at
I'm on it right
428,
now.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah. And, you know, there's no leeway on the internet. They'll
Right.
roast you for anything.
Right. Everything is absolute.
It's cancel culture. Cancel him. He shouldn't be allowed to. Right.
Right.
You know? Yep. Yep.